Hello and welcome to Akivato Reviews. So today we'll be looking at two compact MPVs. These are the Toyota Passo Sete and the Honda Freed. We'll be comparing their purchase prices, insurance costs, engine options, and much more. These two cars are 7-seaters. They are meant to be affordable and economical to run. They are suitable for families as well as for taxi business. Before we start, I'd appreciate it if you would kindly consider subscribing to the channel for more informative content on cars. Also, let me know what more you think I can do to make these reviews better, or which specific car you'd like me to review, or even any advice you are seeking on a particular car. You can also support the channel by donations. The details are in the description box. Your support will be much appreciated. So straight to the review. This is more of a technical comparison. The Honda Freed is based on the Honda Fit and it shares the same 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, but in the Freed it has got slightly more power because it's got a bigger and heavier body. The Passo Sete on the other hand is based on the smaller Toyota Passo. So let's start with insurance costs. For the third party, it's 7,000 shillings per annum for both cars. And as for comprehensive insurance, it's around 36,000 shillings per annum for the Honda Freed, and roughly around 30,000 shillings for the Toyota Passo Sete. I stand to be corrected if I am wrong on the Passo Sete's comprehensive insurance cost. I was unable to obtain the exact figure. I only got conflicting figures from various sources, so if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. That said, going by these figures, the Sete is cheaper to insure, and the same is reminiscent of the small cars these two MPVs are based on. Moving on to purchase price, expect to drive away a Honda Freed from around 750,000 shillings, depending on the mileage, overall condition of the car, as well as the features. As for the Passo Sete, it will set you back at around 600,000 shillings. So again, the Sete is the more affordable option here. In terms of the service costs, expect to spend around 9,000 shillings for the minor service on the Honda Freed. This will depend on where you service your car, as well as the quality of parts you use. For example, if you choose to use iridium spark plugs, you will spend more money, but the advantage is that these plugs will not melt due to high mileage. In fact, they can last up to 150,000 kilometers if they are genuine. As for the hybrid variant, it will cost slightly more to service and it will require more care and attention. The Passo Sete will require around 7,000 shillings to service after every 5,000 kilometers. Let's now move on to the engine options. The Honda Freed has got two options: a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine and a 1.5 liter hybrid. The Passo Sete, on the other hand, has only one option, which is a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine. You can get both vehicles in either front or all-wheel drive for that extra traction, especially on slippery road surfaces. As for the transmission, we are looking at a 5-speed automatic as well as a CVT for the Honda Freed and a 4-speed automatic for the Passo Sete. What about fuel consumption? The 1.5 liter in the Freed will achieve around 13 kilometers to the liter, while the 1.5 hybrid will achieve an impressive 20 kilometers to the liter. As for the Passo Sete, its 1.5 should give around 15 kilometers per liter, which is better than the Freed's 1.5 liter. These cars, being 7-seaters, I think they both excel well in terms of fuel efficiency, and this is one of the reasons why people buy them. However, it's also important to note that if you carry 7 passengers, then you'll have to be very, very gentle on the accelerator. Otherwise, the fuel efficiency figures will drop significantly, because these are still small engines that are meant to produce average power and are tuned for fuel economy. As for the fuel tanks, they both have 42-liter tanks. And how much do they weigh? The Freed weighs around 1,270 kilograms, while the hybrid is a bit heavier, weighing in at around 1,330 kilograms. thanks to the batteries. The Passo 7 on the other hand is much lighter, weighing in at around 1,190 kilograms. This lightweight plays a key role in the good fuel efficiency figures. So now let's look at some of the common problems associated with each car. Many minivans or MPVs with sliding doors, be they electric or manual, will most likely tend to develop some problems with continued usage, and the Honda Freed is no exception. That is about the only issue in the Freed. Otherwise, it's quite a reliable car if well taken care of, and that is typical with most Hondas. They are very reliable, in fact better than most Toyotas. As for the Passo 7, the most common problem is a slight vibration, especially when the car is idling. This might arise due to loose engine mounts or improper tuning of the engine. Passo 7s with high mileage will most likely vibrate due to the loose engine mounts, so it is important to test drive the car before deciding to buy. The remedy to this is replacing all the engine mounts at once. So now let's look into the strong points of each car. The Freed, like most Hondas, has an excellent space packaging in the interior. There is lots of storage spaces as well as good leg and headroom for passengers, especially in the front and middle row. The third row will most likely be left for kids. Another strong point is the hybrid option, which will aid in good fuel economy. Excellent reliability and good driving manners are also inherent features of the Honda Freed. Moving on to the Toyota Passo 7, it's also quite reliable and affordable to buy, as well as insure compared to the Freed. It also has impressive fuel efficiency figures. In terms of looks, which car will you go for? I think I would prefer the Passo 7's look, even though they both look a bit basic. In terms of the interiors, I will say they are both well laid out in terms of ergonomics. The Passo 7's speedometer is positioned at the center, which might not appeal to everyone, but everything else is well laid out, such as the AC controls as well as the cup holders, which are located just below the AC vents, so your drinks can get chilled while you are on the move. You can also get captain middle row seats in each car for added comfort. The second and third row of seats can be folded down to create more room for luggage. So both cars are spacious, but the Honda is slightly bigger and has some clever storage spaces. So I hope this has been helpful. If you're in the market for either of these two cars, I don't think you can go wrong if you go for either of them. But it's important to note that the Honda Freed is marginally better, even though it's the expensive option here. The Passo 7 is more affordable or cheaper, but cheaper doesn't always mean that a product is of poor quality. The 7 is equally a good MPV that will give you service for many years if you take good care of it. So thank you for watching. Kindly share and subscribe. For any inquiries, advice or comments, you can reach me via email, or you can as well use the comment section. Stay safe and healthy.